right, Journey readers, thank you for joining me, Denise Joyner, and the Ignite the Truth Bridges for Peace Bible reading plan of 2 Samuel chapters 1 through 3. And this is our 5-minute oil change. So I'm just going to give you a little background here or summary of what's going on. So you have two kingdoms, the northern kingdom of Israel and the southern kingdom of Judah. Now, this particular story setting is dealing with the southern kingdom of Judah and really how they were comprised of Benjamin and the tribes of Benjamin and the tribe of Judah. So Saul's tribe was the tribe of Benjamin. And chapter 1 basically starts off with the death of Saul in the morning of Jonathan, Saul's son, which was David's homeboy. That was his best friend, his buddy, Ace Boon Coon. I'm using some old outdated words, but you get the point. And the two were like inseparable as really tight brothers, although not related, right? By blood anyway. So, David goes through mourning for Saul, who tried to kill him, but mourns anyway because that is the father of his best friend, and his best friend dies as well, and they're mourning together. He's mourning them both together. So that's chapter 1. Chapter 2 and chapter 3 really deal with the infighting between Saul's house, which is the tribe of Benjamin, overrun or overseen by Abner, and then David's house, David's house is the tribe of Judah, and David is anointed king of Judah, and incorporating the Benjamites slowly. And how that happens is through war, essentially, or I would say infighting, because it wasn't really like an all-out drag out, knockdown war, right? So this is in the southern kingdom again, and what happens is David is basically the stronger tribe, the victor, because he is anointed and chosen by God, and Abner is beginning to realize that, and David and Abner basically settle in peace. But on the flip side, you got Joab, which is from the tribe of Judah, and he's kind of like David's military official, if you will. He strikes revenge on Abner by killing him because Abner, in a previous war or fight, killed his brother, Asahel. And Asahel was noted for his speed. He was a fast guy, and he was chasing Abner, I believe, and Abner he knew he couldn't outrun him, and he took his sword and like put it behind him, and Asahel ran right into his sword, and died. So David is upset about that because he let Abner go in peace. They kind of settled their issues in a sense and absorbed the tribe of Benjamin under his rulership. So now the southern kingdom is really composed of both tribes, Judah and Benjamin, which was Saul's, the first king to be named king or anointed king of Israel when he dies. The significance of all this is really just to show how these are both Hebrews. These are both people who essentially are called of God, called out of God. And we see that in today's society a lot, where there's a lot of infighting between churches and houses. They may have different practices, etc. But what makes David distinct is not only was he anointed and chosen by God, but as you can see throughout the text, he always went to God. Even if he was in the wrong, he went to God and confessed his sin. He went to God for direction. He went to God for everything. He didn't make choices based on power or greed. Matter of fact, he cried over or mourned Abner's death, and Abner technically was the enemy. He didn't like to see the death of anyone anyway, especially if he made a treaty of peace with them and they were settled. He was a forgiving guy. So he exhibited characteristics of faith, of faithfulness to God's law, and even though he was sinful and disobedient, just like we all are. And the other tribe, Benjamin, they really didn't do that. And unfortunately, we see in today's society and culture infighting amongst Christians. And the bottom line is one or even both are not going to God, seeking peace, going to God to find answers and results, going to God to rectify issues between them. So overall, it's not something that it should be glorified, but we could see that in this particular text, it started a long time ago. So my brothers and sisters, go in peace with one another and let's stop all the fighting.